is me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. They come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. Stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80 I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts to how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid. Only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. A nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch, the milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80 ounce, 80 ounce. Long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88, 88, 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, Rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. Stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 88. Long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid. Only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit.
All right.
God
what is going
damn.
on, guys? What is going on? Jeez, crazy week of news, man. Crazy week of
I'm
news.
telling you, man.
What's going on,
Shit.
Durante? See you in the chat. How's it going, bro? Yeah, man.
What's up, man?
Guess we might as well hop right into this intro, bro. If this is your first time watching, you guys do not know how this show works. Every Monday, we're on here with Notorious Unscripted, and every Friday, we're on here with the news. Did I forget to say... No, that is how I started, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Okay, so, yes. Every Monday, we're on here with Notorious Unscripted, and every Friday, we're on here with the news at 4 p.m. Central, and then for Unscripted, whatever time zone you're in, or whatever time Raw ends for what time zone you're in, man. So, for us, it's 10, but for you, it could be different, man. So, yeah, man. If you guys did miss this past Monday's edition of Notorious Unscripted, is Johnny Gargano the most important piece of the Triple H era? That is Unscripted 105. You guys can now find that on all platforms, man. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. And if you want to see it first, join us right here. Like I said, after Monday Night Raw, every Monday, man. Yeah, so it was a great episode. We talked about that week. And then we talked about the huge return of Johnny Gargano, the shocking return of Johnny Gargano.
Shit's
We
nuts.
actually have some news on him today. as we have pretty much news on almost every
Fucking everybody.
wrestler that ever lived.
Literally.
So, yeah, man. Yeah, if you guys did miss that, like I said, that is available on all platforms, man. And with that, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some official Notorious Heels podcast merchandise, you guys can now find this at bonfire.com. The link is at the top of the description of this video. It is also in either mine and Sir K's link tree or the Notorious Heels podcast link tree that you can find on either mine and Sir K's social media pages, man. So on the top left, you got the Chicago flag design. On the bottom right, you got the Chicago skyline design. And then you got the OG, the best kept secret to the IWC, the Riddler-inspired IWC's best kept secret shirt, man. And then you got the uncrowned kings of the IWC, the Biggie-inspired shirt, man. It's another great shirt. And in the middle, you got the base Notorious Heels podcast logo design, which I am wearing right now myself, man. But mine is a special version that me and Sophie got made. I can try to turn around for you guys if you could see it. I think you could see it here. It's got the little QR code on the back. I hope you could see it. I don't know what that looked like, but yeah, man. So yeah, I'm wearing one myself, man. So it's a great shirt, man. Very comfortable. Design comes out crisp as shit. So yeah, man. If you guys have not got a chance to pick up some official Notorious Heels podcast merchandise, you guys, like I said, find that on bonfire.com. And the link is at the top of the description of this video, man. So, yeah, man, with that, if this is your first time watching, you guys do not know who we are here at the Notorious Heels podcast. I am Johnny Mayhem, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man, Sir K here. How's it going, man?
It's going good, man. It's going good. Just chilling out, man. Just been chilling out. Just waiting for All Out. This is how it's been going, bro. Just been chilling, man. Everything's been good, man. Durante always asks, how's life? How's family? Life's good, man. Family's good. What about you, Durante? Everybody else in chat. What about you, bro? How have you been?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Yeah, just waiting for All Out. I believe my countdown on my phone says 9 days left. 9 days,
bro. That's just crazy.
Yes, 9 more days till All Out. We literally got to get through all of next week, and then that's All Out Clash at the Castle weekend, man. So it's going to be exciting, bro. It's going to be exciting. Should be a big weekend for us, man. Obviously, next Friday, not only do we have to do Clash at the Castle predictions, we have to do All Out. Saturday will be live for Clash at the Castle. Sunday will be live for All Out, and then Monday will be live for Unscripted, man. So it's going to be another one of those 4-day big weeks for us, man. So shit's exciting, man.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Yeah, man. So, yes, as Durante always asks, man, I'm good. I'm good, and family's good. How about you, man? And it looks like he says he's good. So that's always great to hear, man. And thank you for always asking, bro. Jesus, dude, what the hell is going on in AEW, man?
Bro, I'm telling you.
Like, bro, Durante says, I know everybody questions about some of TK's booking and everybody coming for his head, but I don't want to be around when Triple H fucks up. That man might get crucified. You know what, man? One thing I hate through all of this AEW drama is everybody. I keep hearing a lot of people talk as if Triple H did no wrong and that he's going to do no wrong.
I think he definitely, not that he will, but there's always that chance, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So that's my big thing. That's my big thing with this, bro, is that's my big thing with this is I keep hearing, like I said, a lot of people talking, acting as if Triple H will never ever do no wrong. And guys, that is not the case, man. The man will fuck up eventually. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Some will go wrong.
Just like with Tony Khan, bro. Like in the beginning of AEW, like yes, the talent was happy and stuff like that. The talent was happy and stuff, but a lot of people painted this environment as if nothing was ever going to go wrong. And we've said this for a long time, bro. Like, shit is still... Shit is always bound to hit. Nobody's what's the right word I'm looking for, man? Nobody is drama proof, so to say.
No, exactly.
So, especially with the more people he added to this promotion, man. I mean, it is what it is, man. But this, it's not a good thing, bro. It's not a good thing.
It's not at all.
I mean, it's not something that's business threatening to him. I don't think, at least yet.
No.
But it certainly it could be. It could be if it's dealt poorly. And my God, there is a lot of bullshit going back in AEW right now, bro. I guess we can start you guys off with this story, man. This was the first piece of news, and it is so ironic that after this came out, other things came out later that night that were not good and made this story sound absolutely horrible. Tony Khan was fired up during mandatory meeting before AEW Dynamite. Sean Ross Sapp reported details about the mandatory talent meeting that happened at tonight's AEW Dynamite tapings behind Fightful's paywall. Tony Khan was present at the meeting and he was fired up. The meeting ran between 3 and 4 p.m. Eastern Time while they addressed many topics. One major concern was communication. They talked about how accessible Tony Khan is to talent and the rumors about disarray in communication, as well as talent being unable to reach him. The Young Bucks and Kenny Omega also spoke at the meeting, and they said that their doors were always open and that they're open to receiving concerns from the talent. AEW talent was also briefed on the talent relation promotions in the company and the entry of new coaches. Jesus, I apologize if you can hear my dogs fighting in the background. So, I also heard that Chris Jericho spoke at this meeting, and then I also heard that Kenny Omega. I also heard that Kenny Omega gave kind of a tough love speech, and he kind of a lot of the talent tried to perceive him as putting it on them. That was another thing that I heard, man. So this is the first thing that came out. So Tony Khan had this mandatory talent meeting. Man. Yeah, this was a good thing when you heard it, because up until this point, all we had heard about was this CM Punk Hangman Colt Cabana drama. So there was that, to kind of let simmer in the locker room. But apparently there has been a lot more going on in that locker room, and my God, it is not good whatsoever, bro. It is not good.
Hell.
As for Kenny Omega, the rumors of him kind of pointing things on the talent, from the way it sounds, he kind of has a point. From the other stories we know, he kind of has a point, but it's good. It's good that they let the talent know that they can come speak to them as well, because I feel like that could have been lost with them kind of getting their creative control taken away and stuff like that. So it's good that they let that happen, man. But yeah, I'm glad that these guys were able to speak, because it kind of seems like Tony Khan just brushed them to the side there for a while.
Exactly. So it's nice to know there's like, yeah, you come talk to me and shit. It's good, man. It's good.
Okay. Yeah, and then obviously for Chris Jericho as well. I mean, he is a locker room leader. I remember there was a talent meeting a while ago where Chris Jericho spoke in front of everybody about the no selling. Um, so
Oh God, fucking
yeah,
Lucha Bros.
yeah. So this was the first thing that came out of the day, and obviously up until this point, the only real drama, I mean, it was big drama. We knew that they had going on back there was the stuff with Punk, Hangman, and Colt
Yeah,
Cabana. Also, another thing that was addressed during the talent meeting was the contract tampering with the talent. I actually seen Chris Jericho came out and tweeted about some higher ups
yeah,
might want that to happen sooner. So I can't believe they reached out to him.
yeah. That's a random one. Like, why would you do Jericho?
Yeah.
It's very random.
During the talent meeting, during the talent meeting, prior during the talent dur, ugh, during the talent meeting prior to this past Wednesday's AEW Dynamite, Tony Khan reportedly said that AEW's chief legal officer Mega Perrick, who is effectively number 2 in AEW's hierarchy, sent an email to Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan warning them not to tamper with his talent, per PW Insider. This comes after reports of WWE contacting at least one AEW wrestler. Yeah, man. So
God damn.
it's good that these things are getting addressed. That is literally what we said last week. Tony Khan needs to sit everybody down and be like, "What the fuck?"
The hell's going on here?
Exactly, man. And then on WWE's part of it too, man. I would have thought that Triple H would hit up. I mean, we gave you 4 names that we thought for sure got contacted. I believe it was Black, Adam Cole, Pac, and Andrade.
Yeah, and seeing that it wasn't a Triple H guy and somebody, because thing is, I think the contacting to Chris Jericho probably felt like more of a personal attack to TK, because TK's always said the first 2 main people he wanted in his company was Chris Jericho and CM Punk.
Yeah.
So to go after one of his personal favorites seems purposeful.
All I'm saying is we need to get a talk as Jericho about this particular moment in about 6 months of why they contacted him, how they got into contact with him. Yeah,
What
that
did he
shit'll be
do?
great. Yep.
How did he respond with? Like, I want to know, bro. I want to know. Just
That,
you can just text back. Ain't y'all contract tampering right now?
it just
Just
says this
damn,
number has been blocked.
damn.
Triple H
Just
blocked you.
no.
Yeah, man. So that was the first bit of news before all these other bombshells were dropped on us. And the first one that I'm talking about is Eddie Kingston.
Mhm.
Eddie Kingston recently completed a brief 2-week suspension from AEW. According to a report from Fightful Select, the word backstage is that Sammy Guevara made a comment about Kingston's physique, which resulted in Kingston taking a swing at him. The two were supposed to compete at All Out, however, that does not seem to be happening.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Thank fucking Lord, man. I was not excited for that fucking match at all.
Oh my God, no. No. Absolutely
God,
not.
no.
Good Lord. And this isn't even the last thing we heard, man, but we'll go over that in a minute. So, Sammy Guevara, Eddie Kingston had put out a statement and said something along the lines of, he said what he said, and that's for the public to judge, but as far as I'm concerned, what I did was wrong. So, kind of took full accountability. It's never a good
Yeah.
situation to ever put your hands on somebody at work, even though it is Sammy Guevara, and I'm sure a lot of people were happy that he did get socked
His shit
or...
clocked. Attempted to get his shit clocked.
Yeah, so I'm sure a lot of people, we're happy about that. But in terms of a real life standpoint, man, it's obviously not ideal to ever have to put your hands on somebody. And this is what Sammy Guevara had to say, man. He says, I believe he reached out to Fightful and said the following: as a professional, you communicate things that you don't want to be said, like other people I've been in programs with and have worked with, like Matt Hardy, Chris Jericho, and others. And I did communicate what I did not want to be said in this angle, and Eddie didn't. Do you want to take a guess on what Sammy Guevara didn't want said? It's it,
Oh Lord.
I've heard this piece of news. I'm not really sure where it comes from, so don't quote me on this. But this is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm hearing, man.
Oh Lord.
He apparently tells people that he does not want anything about Pam brought up.
I wonder why.
Yep.
Or cheat on his fucking wife.
So he says, I did communicate what I did not want to be said in this angle, and Eddie didn't. But Eddie did not do the same. Eddie did not do the same, and Eddie did not mention to me or any of the coaches or TK or anyone what he didn't want said. So after Ty and I's match with Sky Blue and Dante, I cut a promo on Eddie insulting Eddie and the fans as a heel, which you know, which I know the thing everyone loves to do is hate me and Ty, so I'm the perfect person to play this asshole character for Eddie to ultimately beat at All Out. I see what people say online about Eddie and his appearance, which anyone who legitimately shames Eddie for how he looks can go to hell. It's the same people that shame me for being too small. So Sammy Guevara, the character, I could be the physical person playing that person that Eddie can shut up at All Out. But Eddie did not do the professional thing and communicate to me, which if he did, I would have never said it, because the last thing I want to do is hurt someone for real. So after the promo, I get to the back and he's flipping out, yelling, "You can't call me fat," over and over as I'm trying to walk down the stairs in Gorilla, making a big scene. People get in between us. Eddie tries to pie face me and more like touches my face. It was weird, and everyone backs up, and it was unfortunate because this promo was on a tape show and could easily have been edited, which they ended up doing anyway. I know this isn't Eddie's first time being aggressive and getting out of control backstage. I know he had to do some kind of anger management after the whole thing. This whole thing was unnecessary, but it is what it is. Live and learn, I guess. On to the next one we go. Regardless on how I feel about Sammy Guevara's character, he couldn't have handled that any better.
Exactly. He did what he was supposed to, man.
Yeah, he genuinely couldn't have handled that any better, man. He did the right thing. I mean, if Eddie Kingston didn't tell him what he didn't want said, how is Sammy supposed to know what he can't go out there and say? And Eddie Kingston's a guy where
exactly.
and Eddie Kingston's the kind of guy where he says a lot of real stuff and harsh stuff to people.
And you would really think. So, people, I feel like Eddie might have thought that there was like some malice behind what Guevara was saying.
Bro, hold on. My Wi-Fi is bugging out.
Of course.
Yeah, my bad. Just want to make sure we're good. Oh, this godforsaken.
Alright, I think it's good now. Got on my end. Oh,
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. Um, the fuck?
Damn.
Okay. I want to say we're good, but
All right.
how's it looking on your end?
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I can't see me, but when I can see you, it's smooth.
Okay. You should be able to see you in just a second, because I was
Oh,
just messing
there it
around with
goes.
the YouTube part. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, it looks good now, I think.
All right. Good lord.
Ugh.
Okay. Yes. Back to what I was saying. Yes, Sammy Guevara. Yeah, we're back at excellent stream health. Okay. Yeah, Sammy Guevara handled that, and regardless on how I feel about him, because I think he sucks. I genuinely do. He has no charisma,
Hmm.
even though that's a different. That's a story for unscripted, man. Yes,
Exactly.
but yeah, he genuinely handled that the best way he could have. He really, really could have, man.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. I think it's a case of just a lot of miscommunications and a lot of emotion compiling into just a volatile situation, man. You know, could have communicated what you didn't want to say. And I think that in the way that Sammy comes off, I feel like Eddie Kingston just took it personally just because Guevara, he's good at that, man. He can make you fucking annoyed. So I think that happened in that situation, man, and it just all mixed into a little scrapping in the backstage, man. But I hope it's all solved now, man. And yeah, that shit just always sucks, man.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. And then with that, we have another story. AEW talent backstage have not been angling to work with Sammy Guevara before this Eddie Kingston drama.
God damn.
Um, good lord. So apparently, the reason Eddie Kingston was so pissed off was because Sammy, he said to Sammy, if what did he say? He said, "How does?" He said, "If you're calling me a fat piece of shit, it's not gonna do anything for you if a fat piece of shit beats you." You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's kind of the mentality. That's kind of like the old school mentality that you have in pro wrestling. Jericho talks about it all the time. Like he always talks like he tries he tries at the very least to knock his opponent down, because if he beats him, okay, well, you're beating somebody who you thought was a piece of shit.
hmm,
Like with Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa, she's always talking shit about her. So when she beats her, it's like, oh, okay, well, you beat somebody that you thought sucked anyway. You know what I mean?
exactly.
But Eddie Kingston kind of sounded like he wanted to protect Sammy and his kind of characters or whatever.
Yeah,
It just seems
yeah,
like a huge miscommunication on both
yeah,
sides of it.
definitely. And just a
Yeah,
weird direction to go to for a story.
yeah, yeah. So okay, let's see. Faithful Select reported that Sammy Guevara hadn't talked to Kingston or gotten his approval on the content of the promo that ended up being cut, which obviously we heard Sammy's side since then, which made
Mhm.
Kingston angry with Guevara. Kingston had asked to work with Sammy, who didn't have people exactly angling to work with him after his feud with Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. Guevara was required under rather strict guidelines to avoid bringing up participating in his ex-fiance or any of his feuds and in any of his feuds or promo material. At the start of All Out, AEW intended for Kingston to defeat Guevara. Guevara called Kingston a fat piece of shit in the edited promo, which Kingston took offense to because he thought it would ruin the match if a fat piece of shit defeated him. The crux of the frustration, however, was how Sammy Guevara followed up with this after being perceived as difficult to work with Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page and Sanjay Dutt in the months prior. Following that promo, Guevara grinned at Kingston as he was yelling at him, to which Kingston responded by turning to face Guevara. As a result, Kingston was suspended for 2 weeks, which infuriated Sammy. And yeah, that's it.
Shit.
Yeah, man. So it genuinely seems like a major miscommunication, bro. I mean, Sammy, listen, Sammy, you're all right. You ain't that good to be hard to work with, bro. I promise
You
you,
ain't that
you
good,
ain't.
bro.
And that
Literally.
And that genuinely seems like why people probably don't want to work with him. Like, bro, you ain't that fucking good, bro. Like,
No,
you're good
exactly.
in the ring, but you ain't that good, bro. And,
No.
I mean, Sammy had a story he wanted to go towards, and that is fine. That is what it is. But Eddie has a point too, because he's looking out for how Sammy was gonna look too, as he says here. How would it look if a fat piece of shit defeated him? So you could see one side of the coin where he may be looking out for Sammy and his character and not wanting to make his character look even stupider than it already does. And then there's the other side of the coin where it could just be Eddie doesn't like people calling him fat. He brought it up in promo material before against Punk. Eddie doesn't like people calling him fat, and he's kind of just using that as a way to cover it up, as if, oh well, I didn't want it to look like a fat piece of shit was beating you. It could just be he could just be saying that because Eddie don't like people calling him fat.
It's just how it is. Exactly, man. Exactly. And I think another thing that doesn't help that was revealed in that little story is when Guevara smirked or something. I think what Guevara does, or what he did in that situation, when he got confused that Eddie was pissed, he probably did a little chuckle, because that's what I do when I'm angry or like confused. I'll chuckle. And I think Guevara did that. And I think that shit just fueled Eddie Kingston. So it's really just a bad combination in this whole situation.
Yeah, it really, really seems like it, man. And it is, man, it's not looking good for Sammy, man. I mean,
It's really not.
he did handle this the best way, man. But I mean, when you got people calling you hard to work with and you haven't even hit your prime yet,
That ain't a good sign, bruh.
it's
That really
not.
ain't.
It's not. I mean, as for the situation, I will say he did handle it the best way he could have,
Yeah.
man. But like I said, when you have stories like this coming out, that you're hard to work with, that is never a good thing. And the fact that Eddie Kingston went out on a limb and requested to work with Sammy, because I get both sides of the coin, man. I get why, and the thing is too, Sammy Guevara being hard to work with, I don't think that would be the case if it was because his character sucks at the moment. Because as a babyface, if I was a babyface and Sammy Guevara per se backstage, the lingo around the locker room was that he was great to work with, I would love to work with Sammy because I would get more over. The reason it put a major asterisk on Scorpio Sky's run was because those guys were supposed to be heels. And
Mm-hmm.
it was just a weird fucking mix, man. It was just a really weird mix. Nobody liked Sammy and Ty. They weren't playing the babyface couple
No.
at all. They were just being weird heels, and they weren't
Mm-hmm.
heels yet. And then you have America Top Team, who is
Heel
kind
faction.
of like heels, but they're like trying to act like baby faces, and it just Scorpio Sky was never given a chance because of that feud with Sammy Guevara. But if Sammy Guevara, like I said, if it the if the lingo around the locker room was that he was easy to work with, I think a lot of people would work with him because
Mm-hmm.
you know you're gonna get over. It's almost like beating the shit out of Roman Reigns in 2017,
That was a
i.e. Braun
surefire way to
Strowman.
get. Yep, that's how he got over. They said same could be said for Sammy, but if he's annoying to work with, why go through the trouble?
Exactly. Exactly, bro.
So,
So it just it's not good, man. It's not good. I
no.
mean, as for the situation with Eddie, he handled that perfectly, man. But as for this story, man, where he's labeled as hard to work with, and I mean, judging off what had happened with Scorpio Sky, that is not a situation I'd want to get myself into either.
No.
It
Out of the
seems
way at
like
all costs.
It seems like 90% of the stuff this guy does in AEW is cursed. The feud with Matt
Uh,
Hardy was cursed. The TNT title run was overshadowed by Inner Circle stuff. The TNT
yep.
title run as a whole was cursed. The
It's like
bringing Ty Conti into his on-screen
character.
character is a curse. The feud with Scorpio Sky was cursed. Now the feud with Eddie Kingston is cursed. They called the match off at All Out. Thank God, but
Thank fucking God.
it seems like everybody who works with him is fucking
Cursed.
cursed, man.
Literally, bro. Like, you're always getting brought down. He's doing something stupid happens around him. Like, bruh. Like,
It is
dude.
just not a good situation whatsoever,
No.
bro.
No.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Yes. So that was pretty much everything for the Sammy Guevara. That was pretty.
Yeah.
Why is Tyson Fury coming?
I hope he ain't.
Is that a real thing? I hope that's not. Um. Oh God, don't scare me like that, Durante. Is that a real thing? Is he actually coming back?
I hope not.
Me neither. Yeah, man. So AEW All Out 2022 plans revealed for the women's title. If you guys do not know by now, Thunder Rosa is out with back disc problems after a bump from Jamie Hayter that she took on the stairs. And it looks like she should be out for 2 months, and we're going to be getting another interim champion. Did you hear that
Yeah.
news about Moxley?
No, what?
That what was I can't remember exactly what the name of the article was, but he hated being called the interim AEW World Champion.
Oh, I bet. I fucking bet he was. Because at the end of the day, there's really no point of an interim. Like, I get kind of why they did it for Punk, but at the end of the day, you could have just stripped him of the title. You know, Moxley wins the world title, defends it. Mox come back with the one he held when he was champion and say, "That's not the real title. This is. Let's find out." It's that simple. There's no need for a fucking interim.
Just
So,
just like Jordan Devlin did a couple years
exactly.
ago with Santos Escobar. Like, they stripped Devlin
Hmm.
because of COVID and, overseas stuff. They ended up getting him back in Florida, and he came out and walked
What
right
the
up to
heck?
Santos Escobar, still holding his belt. Like, no,
He was like,
I'm
"Yeah,
not. I refuse to relinquish it, even though they relinquished him. So we're gonna do an undisputed ladder match.
Simple, exactly. You don't need these interim titles, bro. Let people vacate. It's okay to vacate a title, bro. Sometimes you have to do it.
And you got
I
all the
really hate
talent to hold a
interims.
decent tournament.
Exactly, bro. It's not like you're gonna be missing out.
Don't
Mm-mm.
make no damn sense, bro. You got all the talent in the world to hold a little 8-woman tournament, 8-man tournament, have it take place
Whatever you
over,
need.
do a whole side of the bracket one night on Dynamite. The next week you do the other side of the bracket. I mean, it's not hard, man. So,
Exactly.
speaking on the latest Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer had confirmed that the original plan for All Out was for Thunder Rosa to lose the women's title to Tony Storm.
Mm.
Wow.
Wow. Thank
As
God.
such, it remains it remains to be seen whether Tony gets the nod at the pay-per-view and walks out the interim women's champ.
She
Despite
could, man.
rumors, Mhm.
God.
oh, despite rumors that Rosa had actually been suspended by AEW, that is categorically not the case. Instead, this is simply a case of the former NWA Women's Champion suffering an unfortunate injury issue ahead of one of AEW's biggest shows of the year. PW Insider reports that they were told by multiple sources that there is zero truth to that story and that her injury required a change in the plans for the pay-per-view. Fightful Select also reports that the original plan for All Out was for Thunder Rosa to lose the women's title to Tony Storm. Now, if you guys are wondering what the story is, the story that is not true, and it is so unbelievable once you guys hear it, and I actually have news on who's been leaking it.
Mm-hmm.
The story goes that when Thunder Rosa broke Jamie Hayter's nose, she ran to the bathroom in fear of getting her ass kicked, and she was in the bathroom crying because she did not want to get her ass kicked by
Man.
Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter.
Just fucking TK.
Thun-
Just, hey, Rosa, good man. Where you
Hey,
going?
where are you going? Come back.
Just run. And he just sees fucking those two chasing after her. Looks like fucking Scooby Doo in the fucking backstage area, running through doors and shit.
Bro, under what circumstances is Thunder Rosa afraid of a dentist?
Exactly. Come
Bro.
on, bro. She'll beat the fuck out of those two.
So apparently, the rumor going around is that this is a very rumor heavy episode. The rumor going around, and I've heard this from pretty credible sources. The rumor going around is that the person leaking these stories about Thunder Rosa and her backstage AEW problems is none other than the person who hates Thunder Rosa the most. Go and take a stab at who that is.
Britt Baker.
Doesn't that remind you of when in 2017, I think it was, when Alexa Bliss was leaking all that shit about Sasha Banks?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
Just kind of sounds like she don't like her. Like, why you gonna make up a lie like that, bruh? It's such a lie to make yourself look so, like, tough and shit.
Like,
But it's
bro,
so unbelievable. Like, yeah, bro's running from me, man. Like,
I ain't never
he's
run
like at
for your
fucking
ass,
school.
bro.
Like, the people, two people, like, attempt to fight at school, but the one's a pussy, so he backs out, but he'll be telling, I was trying to
I
fight him.
was
They were
trying to
holding me
fight
back,
his ass,
bruh.
bro. He kept
My
holding me
buddies were
back.
holding me back. Like, like,
No, you
come
wouldn't,
on.
bro. You was
I
running
know your
away.
ass lying. Exactly, bro. I know your ass is lying. So it's like, man, you hate to see fucking success go to somebody's head, but fuck.
Dude, and that's the unfortunate thing, bro, because I like Britt, but,
Yeah.
you know, JD had said this on his show, and it rings so true. If Britt Baker ends up winning this this match,
Mhm.
this division is dead. This
Oh,
division is
100%.
dead. Honestly, Meltzer said here he doesn't know if they're going to give Tony the nod, even though she was supposed to win. At this point, you
Oh,
need to give Tony that fucking nod because,
you 100% need to.
dude, because if. And here's the thing. Apparently, Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker genuinely hate each other.
Mhm.
And from what it sounds like, if you weigh both of these women, it sounds like one of them wants a better division, and it sounds like the other one's just politicking for herself. And who
Yeah,
does that draw
it's
comparisons to? And we've said this, me and you've said this for a long time, man. Who in
Bell.
WWE does that remind you of?
Bell in the comments just said AEW Charlotte Flair.
What's going on, Bell, by the way? Nice to see you back. Yes,
Oh man,
absolutely.
Britt and
Absolutely.
Flair under the same roof. Oh my God, might as well
That's
just
I
scrap the
kept
division.
I kept seeing people say that. I kept seeing people say and dude, me and you said this when these rumors came out.
Mhm.
AEW does not need a name like Charlotte Flair. AEW under no That's why I didn't want them to get Ric Flair because he's the same
Exactly.
way. They just
Oh yeah,
politic.
they just politic their way through the company, and that's what Britt's doing, man. And you hate to see it, bruh. You really hate to fucking see it, 'cause
And
she's good. She
yeah,
ain't that good.
she's not. It's the same situation with Sammy. Like, bro, you are not
Yeah,
that good. You are not that
exactly, bro.
good, bro.
Like, I got, like we joke about Will Ospreay, but bruh, I say we joke that he's not the best. We joke that he's fucking always got to win, but at least he got the skill to,
He's
for
damn
the
good to
most
back it
part,
up.
back exactly. He could back it up. You know what I mean? He could be a little ego heavy sometimes, um, but it's for a reason. You know what I mean? If I was a promoter and he might be a little annoying to work with, I'd be like, you know what? He's a little annoying, but I'll still want him on my show.
Yeah.
But Britt, I'm good.
Nah.
You're acting like that. I'm good. I could use somebody else. It's like,
Will, there is nothing wrong with protecting your character. There's
no,
nothing wrong with
exactly.
protecting your character. I mean, if you're in a situation where realistically you should lose and you're just being an asshole, I think that's a little
Well,
much. You know,
like
I think that's a little much. But
the
Will
perfect.
for the
Mhm.
most. Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say?
No, finish what you're saying.
I was gonna say Will for the most part protects his character. Will does
Exactly.
not politic to ruin other people. He just wants to win.
No,
You know what I mean? And if
exactly.
Will has to lose, he's okay with it. Just have one of the Aussie Open guys take the pin. Like
Exactly, bro. Just hey, bro. As long as it ain't me, I'm cool with it.
but even Will does lose to big names. He just doesn't
Yeah,
like losing to people that he feels are below him.
exactly. He'll lose to an Okada, even though he won't admit it. He'll be down to lose to a Kenny.
He's
You
gonna
know what
have to
I
take
mean?
that L on Wednesday, man. It's gonna be,
He's gonna
dude.
have to take the L, bruh. He gonna have to.
We got Grand Slam a couple weeks after uh All Out.
Hmm.
What are the possibility we can see Osprey versus Omega? Cause bro,
Oh, we probably will.
that back and forth they had was fuck. I love Will Osprey, bro. He is fucking fantastic.
He is, man. That shit's heat, bruh. And another good example of someone who protects themselves and could be a little annoying to work with, but they're worth it. Pac. Pac is the type of guy,
Yeah,
he ain't losing to no schmuck. He ain't.
no,
He'll tell you right there, I ain't losing to him. But it makes sense. I would be like, all right, yeah, you know what? I get that, Pac. You are good. Like, but with Britt, bro, I've seen your matches. You ain't that good. Come on. It's just like it's just the politicking, man. You just hate to see it, man. I hope they don't, have her win, man. I really hope so. I really hope
that's
not.
that will really suck, bro. That will really
That
suck. But I mean, it's just a little ridiculous, man. It's just a little ridiculous. I mean, all this stuff that AEW does, you know, they did they went on all those interviews. Did you see those pictures where they sent a bunch of AEW people out and they were all sitting on like the Game of Thrones chair?
I think.
You know, he takes Britt to that. You know, we see Britt with basketball, football games with Tony Khan. It's just like favoritism. It's such blatant favoritism, man. It's kind of just
blink.
he's not inviting Thunder Rosa on. He's not inviting Thunder Rosa on these post media scrums. You know, I mean, it's Britt Baker's given more time at Double or Nothing than Thunder Rosa is. I mean, it's just like, what the fuck, man?
Exactly,
what the fuck?
like, bro,
In a situation where Ruby should have won that Owen Hart Cup, man. No doubt about it.
No doubt. It was Britt for no reason, for favoritism.
Yeah, man,
and like,
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
And favoritism can work because look at Triple H. You know that man has his favorites, man. But like, look at what happened in his women's division recently. Bayley came back with this whole faction of some of his favorites, but people like Alexa are still on TV. They're not just completely taken off TV to be abandoned. He's like, yeah, I'll still use you. You're a good talent. He definitely has his favorites, but even if you're not his favorite, if you're good, he'll use you. And it's kind of not the case for the AEW Women's Division, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you genuinely, if you look at and if you weigh each option, it seems like Thunder Rosa wants a thriving women's division. I mean, she was crying because she has to go away for 2 months. I mean, you can tell she wants the betterment of the division. And the other one kind of just cares about herself, man. And I hate saying that because Brittany's good. Brittany's good, man. She's, for me, a lot fucking better than Charlotte Flair. But it's just the backstage politicking that is just, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. And it's to the point, man, where nobody else in this women's division gets shined because of somebody who generally is not that good.
No, exactly. She ran the division when there was nobody else there. But when they got people, she's not that up on the pole, bruh. She ain't. When you got a Ruby, a Tony, properly booked Thunder Rosa, you can have an Athena, a Jade. To the fans, Britt is low on that card.
Mercedes Martinez is employed to this company, by the way.
Oh my God, she is.
Yep.
Good Lord, I forgot that. Good Lord, she really is a problem. But man, like, just this past year, just showing how much Britt Baker is not the one
for the division.
She's just not. Exactly, she's not the one to lead it, to rule it. She led it when she was the only one, and now I think mentally she's still in that spot when there's a lot of women that most of them kind of better than you, so you got to deal with that.
Yeah, man, and it is utterly ridiculous when a certain promo material that Britt Baker is using was not approved by Thunder Rosa, and they verbally discussed that, but Britt is still allowed to use it.
Yeah. It's like,
I mean, and besides, if the rumor is true, if the rumor or it resembles anything close to being true, because I believe we're this close to the pay-per-view, Thunder Rosa, I believe, would have worked the match to put Toni Storm over.
She would have.
So if the rumor is any true that they said, okay, you know what, you're injured, we're just gonna send you home, probably so we could just have Britt have a spot on the pay-per-view, If Thunder Rosa is sent home, or maybe that's not the exact reason, but maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a positive. Like, okay, so let's send her home so this could cool down. Do you think you're cooling anything down by having Britt Baker go out there and say, oh, I worked my whole title reign with a broken wrist, so why can't you? Is that going to diffuse the situation at all? Or is that just going to make it worse?
Exactly. Like,
Ooh.
if it was up to Rosa, she'd be doing the match. You know what
I
I
think
mean?
so.
It's just makes no sense, bro. It's just blatant favoritism, and they better hope that Britt doesn't win. Because if it does, all hope for that women's division gone.
It's gone. It's
Might as
gone. I
well
mean,
say Jade is the fucking women's world champ at that point. Because
yeah. Hmm.
good lord,
Genuinely, bro. I mean, why? And you know what? If Thunder Rosa is getting time off television to cool things down, she's the women's champion. Why isn't the same thing happening to Britt Baker? Thunder Rosa
yeah,
has more of an important role. As far as I'm
why is it
concerned, she's the
reversed?
fucking women's champ.
Exactly. If two people are beefing, one of them is the world champ. Why do you take the world champ off? It's just blatant favoritism. Either take them both, or take none. Or if anything, take Britt. There's no
Exactly, man.
logical reason to just take Rosa herself off of TV besides favoritism.
Exactly. It doesn't make any sense, man, and it does no good when certain promo material that hasn't gone through Thunder Rosa is being said on television to spite her and to make her look like an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make any sense, bro. It doesn't make any sense, and it is blatant favoritism to the
It
point where
really
it
is.
is Charlotte Flair esque of politicking, man, and you hate to fucking see it because it will be the death of a division. It will be.
It will. 100%. That shit will kill the division, man. And I think I just realized with Ruby, man, I think she's on that Rosa side of the coin with
I think
who they
so.
like and not, because look who she's great friends with. Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston's, got some beef with them right now. She's best friends with Eddie Kingston. She, she's definitely more on that Rosa side. I think they kind of put people they like over her too, man, which is just fucked, man. Just fucked.
Yeah. You do this whole big debut for Ruby and her run accumulates to nothing to the point where I don't know if I would rather have her in WWE at this point, man.
Heck,
What is
bro.
she doing? I
Like,
mean,
she's barely even on TV. She's rarely on TV. It's like,
rarely.
dude, rarely. Like, fuck Britt. Fuck Anna JAS. Give me Ruby on TV. I don't want to see Tay Conti. I don't want to see Britt Baker. I don't want to see that whole circle. I want to see the Rosa circle of women. I want to see a Tony. I want to see a Ruby, a Rosa. The only one in the, you know, fucking Brit circle is that I would want to see is Jamie Hayter. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's certainly not cool, bro, to be saying this kind of stuff to spite Thunder Rosa. I mean, it's happened all along, man, with the sandbagging shit. I mean, I perceive this shit so much different now because was this stuff passed too? Or was this just to spite Thunder Rosa? I mean, all of this promo material is so spiteful, and you don't you can be blind and still see it, bro.
Exactly,
Um,
bro.
it's it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous, and it will kill the division, bro. Look at every division Charlotte Flair has been a part of that didn't
Killed.
include 2018 Becky Lynch. She was the only one that ever
Hmm.
overcame Charlotte Flair, man.
Anything.
That Raw Women's division was killed by the flip flopping of the titles in 2016. In
Oh,
2017,
yeah.
that SmackDown division was killed by uh, the emergence of Charlotte Flair in that division. She killed Asuka. You know, look at the SmackDown Women's division now. Look at it building up to WrestleMania. Does anybody even remember Charlotte versus Ronda? No.
Nope.
You don't want to tread that line, man. And with Ruby, Ruby is so goddamn good. Look at those promo battles with Britt. Look at those
Hmm.
promo battles, bro. Those were incredible. She can talk. She can
Yeah,
wrestle. Why aren't we using her? Why are we using Anna
exactly.
Jay, Ty Conti, Britt Baker
No,
more than Ruby?
exactly. It don't make fucking sense.
It doesn't, bro. It doesn't, man, and he needs to wake the fuck up really quick and get his head out of his ass before this women's division that has people and has all the ability in the world to thrive. Get your head out of your ass, bro. Let this shit thrive, because with all these names, you don't want to see it dead for one woman that overall is not that good to build the women's division around.
She ain't that good, bro. Only reason she found the success that she did, she was the only one at the time.
She was in the right place at the right time. That's what that was. That's what that was, man. And
Exactly.
I don't know, man. But yeah, and leaking stories about somebody is certainly not going to diffuse the situation either, man. So
That itself should get you suspended.
leaking story. She was hiding in the bathroom. Thunder Rosa,
What?
a trained MMA fighter, was hiding in the bathroom from
Look,
a dentist.
I saw a tweet and it's like, I can't, no way it was this woman that I had in the bathroom. I never seen a picture of Thunder Rosa while she was in MMA. She looks like a completely different person. She looks fucking someone I would not fuck with, bruh. Ain't no way that story is true, bruh. She had fucking blood in her mouth and shit. I was like, man, what the fuck? Why can't we get this Thunder Rosa on TV? That shit would be heat.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. Yeah, man. It's not good, man. It's not looking good for that women's division whatsoever, man. So yes,
Mhm.
this is all the news that is. This is the main stuff that's been going down backstage from an AEW standpoint. We're gonna end the show on the CM Punk and John Moxley stuff, and even some of that, bro. You could kind of see whatever the fuck they got going back there, whatever the hell they got going on back there, bleeding into this a little bit.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
some of this makes no sense, man. But yeah, man. As for some WWE stories, Edge, um, Edge wants to retire in Toronto next year. Golly.
We're going to AEW.
Yeah. Following last night's Raw, Edge spoke to the crowd and revealed that he wants to have his last match in Toronto next year. He says, 30 years ago, July 1st, 1992, I had my first wrestling match as Adam Copeland. I knew one day I'd be standing right here in front of you. I just knew it. What I didn't dream of is that I would have to retire for 9 years and fight with every fiber of my being to get this back. All of you are the reason for that. This is a reciprocal relationship. I just went toe-to-toe with one of the best talents and the future of this industry, Damian Priest. I can't wait to do it some more. I can't wait to hopefully come back one last time here in Toronto. I'm looking at the calendar. We usually come here in August. So next August, I plan to see each and every one of you. And in a perfect world, we all say goodbye to each other that night. Hey, that's okay, man. This is the place for me to do it. I mean this when I say I love all of you. In case you missed it, I love being Canadian. Yeah, man, I think Edge can have one final run. And I think that can be it for him, man. I think he's done a lot. He's faced Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins. He's faced a lot of people, and I think if he wants to ride off into the sunset in Canada, none of us can tell him no. Yeah.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Like Bell just said in the comments, he deserves to go out, when he wants to this time
Definitely.
and where he wants to. I mean, it's gonna suck, especially because you can't fucking watch his funny ass anymore, man. But it's what he wants, man. It's what should happen, man.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Yeah. I think he can have. I think he can have some interesting. I think he can have an interesting final year. I think we could see a last match with John Cena. Hopefully, nothing ever again with Randy Orton. I think I think he could do one last thing, maybe at WrestleMania with John Cena, or if
Mm-hmm.
Bray Wyatt comes back to the company, I'd like to see that.
That'd be a good
Um,
one.
uh, him and Johnny Gargano, him and Tommaso Ciampa. I think Edge has always kind of taken a liking to Tommaso because of
Mm-hmm.
the neck problems, and Edge knows what that's like to be in his shoes. So I think that would be kind of a cool story to tell. He's got a lot he could do, man. And as for his final match, I know this couldn't happen, but I would like to see it against Christian.
I
Maybe
think
they
this will
can.
be perfect.
I maybe they could work something out. I don't know. I know they're probably not on the best terms now with all this contract tampering, but I feel like if it's something Edge wanted, it wouldn't be too far fetched.
Exactly. I
For
think they would be okay with it.
I think Tony Khan would be okay with like, okay, this is his best friend. He wants to have this last match in Canada. They've been best friends since they were children. So,
Literally.
it's cool if you go to work a Monday Night Raw. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
same situation with Chris Jericho going over to New Japan in 2018, man. He's flying the AEW flag over there, so
Exactly, bruh. All people will be talking about was AEW when he would
yeah.
be there.
Yeah, and then maybe Christian could say something about plowing his wife or something. We
Oh
don't know. We
yeah,
don't know what might happen.
better be this version of Christian. That shit would be fire.
Oh, bro, it genuinely would.
Oh my god, he would. Oh, he would bring up his mom.
Oh my
Oh,
god, I
good
just
lord.
thought about that, bro.
Oh, that shit would be nuts. He would be talking crazy.
He was talking about his mom deserved it and shit. Just a bunch of Christian shit, bro.
Just talking crazy, bruh. Just saying the most foul shit in the world.
uh, good old Christian, man. Eddie Kingston would not be happy if he worked a program with Christian Cage.
Oh
Golly.
god, no. Good lord, no. The fuck?
Yeah, man. So, yeah, it looks like Edge has 1 year left, man. And I wish him the best, and I wish him an injury-free year, man. So, yeah, I hope he gets to
Exactly.
go out on his terms. He deserves it, man. He deserves it. You know.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Um. Now, with Edge possibly leaving WWE in 1 year, we have news on somebody who could be coming back to WWE, but not in a
Mhm.
year, soon.
Yeah.
Bronson Reed, aka
Hey,
Jane,
June.
may be returning to WWE soon. In a recent episode of We're Live, Pal, what the fuck are these goddamn names? Andrew Zarian mentioned that he had heard the company was considering bringing back Jane,
June.
formerly known as Bronson Reed. This makes perfect sense because Reed was a favorite of Triple H back in the black and gold era of NXT. I've heard one name over the last few weeks, and that's Jonah. Great G1 climax. I talked to a friend over there casually in Connecticut. He's a name. Bronson Reed got the shit end of the stick with his positioning. He's very good. He has the size. He has an awesome entrance with the background, and I don't know him at all personally. I don't know if anything behind the scenes that happened. I don't know anything behind the scenes that happened. Anything beyond that, I can't. But anything beyond that, but I can tell you, there are people very interested in him because of his talent, his performance in the G1. He's a name that people are interested in. I don't know what the deal is, but he has. I don't know what his deal is, but he has come up as a name that I've heard. Jonah was one of the many talents let go by WWE last summer. His release was very unexpected because he was promoted as a regular on NXT and worked dark matches on the main roster in hopes he would be called up before leaving.
Damn.
Man,
I hope he comes back, man. I
me
really
too,
do.
because I genuinely do not like all this Jonah shit. What the fuck is that name?
Rosemary Jonah.
When I look at him, I just think of somebody named Bronson. Like,
Exactly.
I just like he just looks like a Bronson, and I
He
don't know
really
what
does.
Jonah is, bro, but good
Wait a
lord.
minute.
Um, no, man, but on a real note, man, Triple H gave him such a great presentation, as he does with pretty much anybody he gets his hands on. He gives them such a great presentation, and he has such a great mind for making these people very marketable and very popular. And I
Definitely.
believe his figure still goes for like $6 on Ringside, so I may have to grab that because
Nice, nice.
before
They
he
would hike that shit up.
yeah, because all Cross's figures went up, so I definitely don't want the same situation. And if the figure is like $5-6, I'm gonna just grab it, man. But
Might as well.
yeah, I like him enough. Um, the only problem was when I wanted to get the figure, they released him, so
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like
Exactly.
what the hell. Yeah, man, but this is gonna be great to see him back, and I think he would be amazing on SmackDown. I think he would be a good enough guy to beat Gunther.
I think so. I think that would be a great not pairing, but matchup.
Yeah,
And great person to beat him for that title, man. That shit would be.
definitely, bro, definitely, and yeah, I think that'd be a great move to have him come back. His release was utterly ridiculous. It was
I
utterly
don't know, pure
ridiculous.
fuel bullshit.
Yes, the way they released that man was ridiculous, bro, and he had not even scratched the surface of what he could have been, and he was already great in NXT. So under Triple H on the
Exactly.
main roster, I think he could be very popular, man.
Oh, 100%. People would love him.
hmm Absolutely, man, absolutely. So yeah, that is the latest on Jane being possibly being brought back to WWE, and I hope he does, man. I'm not
I
sure
hope so.
if he signed with New Japan or what the deal is with him, but I would really like to see him back.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Solo Sikoa, another guy that could be brought up to the main roster. Solo Sikoa's main roster debut could happen in the very near future.
Shit.
Solo Sikoa was ruled out. Solo Sikoa was ruled out of further in-ring action due to a PCL sprain. This could be WWE's way of writing off Solo Sikoa as they figure out main roster plans for him. According to PW Insider, that could happen in the immediate future. There's a lot of talk over the last week. Within the WWE NXT circle that Solo Sikoa, 29 years old, could be main roster bound in the very near future, possibly as soon as next month.
Mm.
With Sikoa, I thought he was supposed to come up after SummerSlam, but I thought those got canned. But apparently he was injured. I wasn't
Mm.
sure if that was storyline injury or if they were just writing him off to figure out
Definitely
how
is.
they wanted to do this. But I think he fits perfect in the bloodline.
Oh, he fits perfect, bro. I think it would do that group a lot of good to mix it up. Because, man, that combination of those three been stale for a while. So it'd be nice to get someone in there to change up the dynamic a little, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. So, yeah, I think it would breathe new life into the group almost. I mean, the group's gotten a little better, a little more natural, per se. But I think he could do, I think he could do wonders for it, definitely.
Definitely, man.
So yeah, man, it looks like he is coming up soon, and I would not be shocked if you've seen him somewhere, maybe around Clash at the Castle or afterwards. Speaking
Definitely,
of
man.
speaking of when you might be seeing people, the WWE draft possibly delayed until after WrestleMania 39. WWE may not be planning to celebrate another edition of the WWE Draft until after next year's WrestleMania, according to a new report from Fightful. Damn. So
Fuck.
there's obviously a negative to that, but there's also kind of a big positive because
Hmm.
after WrestleMania is when it should happen. And the fact that they
Exactly.
moved it was ridiculous anyway. After SummerSlam was another good spot, but WWE likes to do like this like October, end of October spot for the draft. And it
That
just
makes no sense.
no man, and like TV after Mania is so boring. One thing
Hmm.
that would tremendously help is shaking up the rosters. You know what
It's
I mean?
perfect.
So it sucks that we won't see it, but it might not be too bad with the addition of Triple H bringing more people into the company. You know,
Exactly, because let's say they do it right after Clash at the Castle, man, and then a week later Jonah comes in,
yeah,
and you could say 2, 3 weeks after that someone else comes in.
Legato
A lot
gets
of people,
called up. You
exactly,
know,
it's gonna get messy over until around Mania probably. So, then, oh shit,
oh wow,
hmm, I hope so. That shit would be heat, bruh. But I think it's better overall, because if it, let's say, because we know that Triple H now, we know that he wants to do it after Mania. That's a time frame he'll always want to do it. It's perfect. It's the best time frame you could do it. So let's say they did do it right after um, Clash at the Castle. You gotta wait a whole year and a half to do it again.
hmm
That shit would just be clogged. So although it sucks that it can't happen soon, it's gonna be for the better that it doesn't happen soon.
yeah, they're putting it in the right spot because you don't want to do a draft at Clash at the Castle and then do a draft, and then do a whole another draft after Mania because then it deems everything pointless. But man, it looks like there is a rumor going around that Triple H is planning several championship belt redesigns.
Shit.
Please, please, dear God, let that happen. That would be absolutely fantastic. That would be fantastic, man. I would love that. Keep the U.S. title. Do something with that IC title. Make the world title and the universal title look different.
Oh, 100%.
Um, make one tag title and make one women's title.
That's all you need, bruh. That
You
is
know,
all you need right now.
but even if they don't do that, even if they don't do that, I would like to see just the belts look different. The Raw
Yeah,
SmackDown titles look different from the SmackDown ones, and the Raw Women's title looks different from the SmackDown Women's title. That's it.
give it all a distinct design. That's all you need to do, bruh. And it could be heat.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely, man.
we already saw what Triple H did to those NXT titles, how he changed those back in 2017. So this could be really heat.
Definitely.
You know that man likes his gold, so that's gonna be nice.
Definitely, bro. Yeah, and I'm excited for these championships to actually look like championships that grown people hold, not children.
Exactly, bro. Literally, bro. Like, especially that IC, bruh. Get a new
What is
damn
that
title,
IC?
bro.
Bring back the old IC title, plain and simple.
Exactly. Or if not, bring back the old style of creating a title. Like I always say for the world titles, for the IC you gotta do the same. Like I think the US is good with that more modern but kinda old school design. I think it works to be a mix of those, but with the IC, make that thing look old school, bruh.
And that's the thing too. Like when I win a championship, I like when championships look old. Because
Exactly,
it's
bro.
supposed to look like a piece of history. It's supposed to look like this sought after item, this prestigious historic item. I don't
Exactly,
really
bro.
like the modern look they got going on. I really don't,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, like Belle says, like she says she wouldn't mind if it was like the UK tag
Hmm?
titles or the UK titles overall. Those are their best looking titles.
Yeah.
They have intricate designs. They're old school. They're perfect.
Yep. Yeah.
And the
Truly.
UK title, it has the modern shape, but it's old school in design and it's perfect. It's probably definitely one of my favorites. Definitely, I would think top five. So it's like, come on, bruh,
Yeah. Or
do
like
something.
a good example of modern, but it still looks like old and historic, even though the company's so young, is like the AEW tag titles.
Exactly, bro.
Like, those look kind of old school a little bit, but at the same
Yeah,
time, they look kind of modern. Like the US title. Like, it's clean and
exactly.
it's new school and it's nice, but it still kind of has that,
It's
like,
still
old school prestigious look to it.
exactly, bro. Exactly. And look from a negative aspect. Look what New Japan did to their world title. They had this beautiful old school style championship and changed it for whatever the fuck that thing is now. Like, come
The
on,
Cody belt.
the Cody belt. It's literally Cody's fucking logo shape on a title, essentially. Looks
Yeah.
like a fucking Transformers logo. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I hope that's true. I hope he does, because I can see Triple H doing that.
Yeah.
100%.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Yeah, I would really love that, man. I would really love that. But yes, the back to the draft, man. It looks like the draft will not be happening till after Mania 39. But like I said, we're almost getting like almost like a bi-weekly draft almost with the way he's bringing back people. So
Exactly.
if the roster if the depth keeps getting larger, I don't think it will matter if there's a draft. And I also don't hate waiting till after WrestleMania because that's when dude, when they moved the draft to October, look at how stale. Like Raw after Mania really didn't have much going on, but at least you're like, oh, this new guy's on Raw, so let me watch, this new guy's on Raw, or they got this new story that I've been interested in seeing because these guys have been apart for the last however many years on different brands. So
Exactly, bro.
there's yeah, so there's that aspect. There's that aspect of it, and the past couple years, bro, it's just nothing new.
Oh, it's
It's
been
just
so bad.
like nothing. You know
And
what I mean?
it would do so much to help that summer time of WWE. It would stop all damn near all those fucking Mania rematches that they do, just 'cause you'll have a different roster. You
Hmm.
can't have a Mania rematch when those two people that just had that Mania match are on separate rosters now. Their feud's done. They split them up. Perfect, man. It just makes so much sense. And let's say they do continue. I don't think they will, to be honest. But we don't know. If they do continue Brand Warfare at Survivor Series,
I think they
now
will
I think they will. Now they could say, "I've been with this brand this whole summer, man,
this
up
whole
till
year,
now, up
pretty
till the
much.
fall."
Hmm.
Exactly. So now it doesn't look fucking dumb as fuck when they just joined the damn roster
I
two
hated
weeks
that.
ago.
That
Like
makes no.
what?
Oh, fight for your brand, fight for your brand, and you were just drafted to said brand, fucking
I
two
was on
weeks
Raw.
ago.
Exactly. I was on Raw for 10 months out of the year. Now I'm in fucking. Now I'm on SmackDown for no reason. Like, I ain't fighting for this brand.
Makes no
Now
sense.
you can say, Man, I've been here forever. Come on, man. Come on.
Uh,
It just makes more sense.
Absolutely, man, and that bleeds into our next story. Um, Survivor Series.
Hmm.
They did put out a new logo for Survivor Series for this year, and
Yeah,
it does have red and blue trim. It actually looks really crisp, but it does got red and blue trim, so I do believe they're going back to
the
that
brand warfare,
traditional route, which I like. Which I
which is
like.
good. Which could
If
be
you have,
good.
as long as you got the roster for it, like I love it. I
Oh, it's
love the brand
amazing.
versus brand stuff. The only problem was the matches sucked. They had completely just unentertaining matches. Nobody cared about them. Like nobody cares about this
Oh,
shit, man.
exactly. They would have fucking like Baron Corbin on one team and then fucking Omos on the other.
Yeah,
It's like, ain't nobody want to watch that shit.
like what is
Like,
that, bro?
how cool, let's say Gargano and Champa end up being on separate brands after the draft. Imagine they could be on each other's Survivor Series teams, or they could be, let's say, they're both the mid-card champs. That could be interesting. It's or let's say they're both in tag teams that aren't DIY and they gotta face each other in in Survivor Series. It's cool dynamic. But no, let's do fucking Baron Corbin in that shit and let's do Omos in the other team. That sounds fire. What? Don't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, yeah. I mean, they got pieces coming together that call
Hmm.
for a decent Survivor Series this year, man. And speaking of Survivor Series, WWE, according to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, took to Twitter and he said he can't remember a show selling out this fast in years. This year's Survivor Series will take place on November 26th at the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. WWE released a pre-sale. WWE released pre-sale tickets for purchase on August 24th, and the seats have essentially already sold out.
Fuck.
Dave Meltzer said via his Twitter page, Survivor Series in Boston basically sold out during the pre-sale today. Whatever is held back will sell out during the public on sale. I can't think of a WWE show in years to do that. Survivor Series in Boston basically sold out during the pre-sale today. Whatever is held back will sell out on the during the public on sale. I can't think of a WWE show in years to do that. Okay, it just repeated itself. Wow. You can't tell
Shit.
me that has nothing to do with Triple H taking over creative, because it has
Exactly, bro.
everything to do with Triple
Oh
H
yeah.
taking over creative. If you have good television, that's
People
the
will come.
exactly. People will be willing to spend money to go to these shows. I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. He'd have to show me a little bit more of 4 weeks to
Hmm.
get me to dish out however much. I also think it'd be really smart to have ticket prices go down. I think you'd
I
increase
think
the
that would be really
possibility
smart.
of packing your houses even more. But
Especially if they want to do all those fucking stadium shows.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely, man. So with WWE, we said this for years. Vince McMahon doesn't understand that all this money he's making now could be even more if the
Hmm.
television was good. The money
Exactly.
was good when television fucking sucked.
Imagine if
Imagine,
it's great.
imagine if it was great. And we're about to figure that out, man. And
Hmm.
we're figuring it out here with Survivor Series selling out at pre-sale. That is unheard of in the
Exactly.
past how many years with WWE? WrestleMania, I'm hearing, is on its way to selling out by
Already.
November.
Yeah. So it's like, bruh, look what good TV does for you. It actually gets ticket sales. Isn't that nice?
What a concept. If only they had good TV for the past 5 years. The last time we seen good main roster television on a week-to-week basis and not just one person carrying the show was 2016, and that's SmackDown
Hmm.
Live. And
Exactly.
shit was great then.
Hmm.
TV
And then,
sucked.
exactly. It's been garbage. Now it's good. And you get ticket sales. What a shocker.
What a concept, man. What a concept. They had to dip out of Allegiant Stadium because ticket sales were that bad. And they
Hmm.
had to go to the MGM Grand because the ticket sales were that bad because television sucked.
Exactly, bro. And now they're selling out pre-sales. What has happened between those two events? Triple H. That ain't a
Exactly.
fucking sign. I don't know what is.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. So, yeah. Yeah, Bell says the Mania tickets have been flying. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing.
Yeah,
That's what I've been hearing. I've heard by fall, October-ish, the show's
mm-hmm.
looking to be a sellout for both nights.
God damn.
Last year, they couldn't fucking give the tickets away. Those
Oh man,
ticket
they were
sales
doing
were
buy one get
horrible.
8 specials.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, there was literally a buy one get 4. Bruh. The
What a
fuck, like,
concept.
mm-mm.
Yeah, doesn't make any sense, bro. It does not make any sense as to why Vince could never grasp this concept, man, but it makes all the sense in the world. You have good
Exactly.
television, you get ticket sales. It's like, I don't know,
Come on,
man.
bro.
But yeah, this is awesome for WWE, and I am very happy for Triple H that all of his stuff that was once buried is now making its way back, man. It's making its way
Yeah,
back, and we're starting to see Triple H with untapped potential, pretty much.
exactly, man. Exactly.
Yeah, man. So, speaking of somebody huge that Triple H has added to the roster, Johnny Gargano, who made his return, his shocking return, this past Monday. Johnny Gargano strongly considered AEW.
Man, oh man.
Man. According to Dave Meltzer in the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Gargano strongly considered AEW. He says, and I quote, obviously, when Gargano didn't sign a contract when his old deal expired in December, he strongly considered AEW. His mentality at the time was with a son coming, money was important, but it was also about having fun for him. And for him, that is the ability to do the greatest matches that got him over in NXT. AEW was the place for that at the time. Plus, the schedule was favorable since his body has a lot of wear and tear. He had openly talked about wanting to wrestle Omega and called Omega the best wrestler in the world. My man, it's you.
It's you, my boy.
Since NXT had changed, and Vince McMahon called him up once and then quickly lost interest in him. How the fuck? No matter how many great matches he would have, he would always be a small guy. AEW at the time seemed like the better option, obviously.
Obviously.
For whatever reason, AEW didn't go after him. What? What?
What is with
Wow.
this company?
That's a shoot, bro. You guys just seen me. Wow. I added this story right before we came on, man. What
Man.
the fuck? You signed
What a bunch of
Satnam
dumbasses.
Singh?
You
What?
signed Tony fucking Nese.
I love
fucking
your ongoing
nobody.
beef with Tony Nese, bro.
Can't stand that fucking loser. Why is he employed, bro? Why is Kip Sabian, Tony Nese,
man.
Satnam Singh? Why is the fucking Trustbusters a fucking thing? But you pass up on Gargano? What?
What?
The hell out of here,
I can't
man.
believe that, bro. For whatever reason,
Hey.
AEW didn't go after him and had a long time to make him an offer. There were those interested in AEW, there were those in AEW interested, but in the end, Tony Khan had to make the decision of who he wanted. There was also interest in Candice LeRae from AEW, but not sure if they pursued it hard enough or what her contract status would be. With Vince out, he was the perfect example of a guy that had his door opened, that had this open the door. Wait, my bad. With Vince out, he was the perfect example of a guy that this opened. Okay, never mind. Meltzer's just retarded. Man, my man can't talk. He was the perfect example of a guy who had his door opened, and the timing ended up perfect for him to come in with a good money contract. Bro,
They could have took that, man.
Bro, how the hell do you pass up on Johnny Gargano?
With the people you are currently employing, bro. Like, what? Bro, you got the best friends on that fucking roster. And you're turning down Johnny Gargano?
Unbelievable.
Idiot.
Unbelievable. Wow. That is genuinely my first time hearing that.
That is so fucked. This company, man, they reject some good people, man, for no reason, and then they take in fucking nobodies,
How the
fucking
hell?
Tonys.
How do you get Adam Cole, but you don't get Gargano? Like,
Like,
what?
what?
Johnny Gargano is the best wrestler on the fucking planet. How does that make sense? You signed Satnam Singh over the summer, or over the year, but you didn't sign. You signed Kyle O'Reilly before you signed Johnny Gargano,
Himself. Like, what?
and these guys are great. But Johnny
Yeah,
clears all of them. You know what I mean? I mean,
he
minus
clears everybody.
Satnam Singh. But what the fuck? What is wrong? Wow, that's
I
shocking,
can't believe
man.
that. That's so fucked. They, 'cause they employ some weird fucking nobody. I was wondering, why are you hiring this fucking weirdo? But you passed up on Gargano?
Good God, man. Good God, that is ridiculous, man.
That really is. I think it's back. God damn. What a boneheaded ass decision, bruh. What the fuck? That's fucked. Like, dude, it make no fucking sense, bruh. Like, bro, man, you really made the Trust Busters. Won't get Gargano. That shit's sad. Yeah,
My bad. My bad. I muted myself because I had background noise.
my
Yes, what
bad.
I was saying is you guys just got a raw reaction to that, bro. You you signed or no, that's what I said. You're telling me when you were when you were in Cleveland for Beach Break, they didn't hear or care about those loud ass Johnny wrestling chants, and the man was a
Literally,
free agent. Wow. Yeah, you guys just
that.
got a raw
Oh,
reaction to that story.
good
My,
lord, that's fucked.
what is that, dude? You didn't even go after him. Like I was saying, you didn't like. I could see if Gargano, declined an offer. You didn't even make an offer to the best wrestler on the fucking planet.
Makes no sense. Makes
My
no goddamn
God,
sense.
my God. The audio issue should be fixed. Just give me a thumbs up in the chat if it's good. It should be good now. I see my little cursor moving, so it should be good now. My bad. I have background noise. I don't know if you guys probably hear my dogs the whole fucking stream, but yeah, sometimes I mute myself because I don't want you guys to hear them. But while
I've been
Sergey's
having to
talking,
do that.
but yeah,
Good lord.
unbelievable. How the hell do you not even make an offer? And
Wrong.
if you sign Gargano, that's going to lure Candice over.
Exactly.
Why is that decision
So,
not made, bro? Ridiculous.
boneheads.
Bell says in the comments, AEW's best shot in getting Gargano was before Vince. It was before when Vince was still in the chair. The second it was announced that Triple H took over, I already knew he was going back to WWE.
Yep.
Absolutely,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely, man. But my God, it's a company named All Elite Wrestling does not go for the most elite performer in the industry today. What a
They did,
fucking
yeah.
L.
They went for San Singh.
Yeah, I guess, bro. What a fucking L that. Oh my, what an L they took, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous, bro. That is ridiculous. Good lord. That just annoyed me. Um Next up, WWE. WWE will not be moving to TV 14 content anytime soon.
God damn.
Brad Shepard recently took to Twitter to share some details from the company call this morning. According to his source, Triple H said that WWE will not be moving to TV 14 for television shows. It might happen somewhere down the line, but it is not happening anytime soon. According to a source in WWE, on a company call this morning, Triple H said the company is not moving to TV 14 anytime soon.
That sucks.
It sucks, but I would maybe like to see them. I kept seeing people throw this around. TV 14 for pay per views. I think that'd be something interesting. You know what I
That would be
mean?
perfect because they would be able to say whatever the hell they want,
But
and it make the moment a little cooler.
in terms of, I think it does suck. I think Triple H. I think Triple H has shown us before that he can work with PG-13. NXT was the
Mm-hmm.
best show at the time, and that was PG-13. So, that was okay. But the thing with TV-14 is it does suck that they won't. It does suck that language is kind of still a problem because I mean
Yeah.
the fact that these grown ass people have to talk like they're kids. You know what I mean?
It's not as bad as this anymore, but I'll never
Right.
forget when
Oh.
Bobby
Oh.
Lashley told another man on live TV, "I'm gonna beat your butt." I will never forget that.
I'll never forget that either, bro.
That was
Oh
so
my god.
fucked.
Uh, Bobby Lashley has came so far. What a
He really
hellhole
has.
that was, man. What a hellhole that was. That was good god. That was awful. He looked Sami Zayn in his eyes and told him, "I'm gonna beat your butt." Are you fucking kidding me? I hate that language. Uh, I would like to see the language barrier completely get torn down. I would like to see them curse. Obviously not
Same.
throw around
They
f
can't
bombs
talk
like we do,
crazy. Exactly.
but
They can't talk like punk on fucking podcast.
exactly. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro, that was so funny. Um, yeah, man. But another thing is I've been hearing, or Logan was telling us that on NXT Heat Stroke or NXT whatever, they actually think it was just a regular week of television. They were blurring out and they were censoring out crowd chants. I believe he said they were chanting like asshole or you fucked up or something like that, and that was getting
Yeah.
muted. That
Like,
in a,
that's fucked.
that is a no go. You do not
No.
censor genuine crowd reaction when NXT sucks. That's
Exactly.
that's the least thing that could help them is a great crowd. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like, you
I
can censor and make the fucking on-screen people say the dumbest shit in the world if you really want. You can't do that to a crowd.
no. No, it is utterly ridiculous the fact that you're censoring out any crowd. Um that no, cuz I'm telling you now, the more people that are passionate pro wrestling fans that go to these shows, you're gonna get these kind of chants.
Mm-hmm.
and
It's gonna
there's
get crazier and crazier.
exactly, exactly, man. I wouldn't be surprised the more marks we got going to these shows. You start hearing chants of "shut the fuck up," like they do
Mm-hmm.
at Dynamite. I know in NXT they chant "shut the hell up," but that don't hit the same. That don't hit the
Yeah,
same, man.
bro.
As the whole
That
crowd
ain't
chanting
shit.
"shut the fuck up" at MJF. That's great, man. That's great. But yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but like I said, it kind of becomes a problem when you're muting your audience. I think that's a
That's the
little much.
problem. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a little much, but
But
I mean,
like
he can
Bell
make it
said,
work. Hmm.
exactly. Like Bell said in the comments, if he can make it work in back in black and gold without TV 14, he'll do fine.
Yeah, yeah. The content in the ring, that doesn't concern me at all. Because, like I said, NXT Black and Gold was prime television. But what concerns me, like I said, man, the only thing that concerns me
Mm-hmm.
is muting,
Shit,
muting your audience. I think that's a little much,
that shouldn't be a thing.
you know. And I don't understand, man, because USA Network A is not that big of a network, and B,
Mm-mm.
you know, the WWE can't control that. They can't control
No,
what their audience says. So
exactly. And USA, that's the same network they play fucking Raw on. They play fucking SVU. They play fucking these fucking movies and shit. Like, no way. Hey, you can let SVU exist, but you can't let WWE say a couple curse words. That don't make
exactly,
sense.
no, none at all. But with that, going over to the other ship here, AEW has been told by the network to tone down swearing on television. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Get the hell out of here.
This is the part I don't like language. Like Triple H,
Okay.
I know he could, make the TV side of things work, man, and I know it'll be great, man, but like language is like one of those things where it's like it's a little thing, but it's just like one thing I love about AEW is when you get two people in the ring that are really good on a promo, they talk to each other like human beings and it's great.
Exactly. I'll beat your ass. Like, simple shit. Like, it just makes so much sense. And I don't think that this little complaint from Warner will stick, especially because they're kind of in shambles right now. Apparently, they could only afford 2 movies in the year, so they in shambles right now, man. So, but I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, bro, do you know what y'all produce and let play on your fucking networks? Like, they produce Peacemaker, bro. That shit, they produce a Suicide Squad. That shit far, far from PG. So I don't get why they're kind of, freaking out about cursing. I really never got that.
Yeah. According to the Wrestling Observer newsletter, AEW has been told to tone down the amount of swearing they have by Warner Bros. Discovery. Word has gotten to the promotion from Warner Bros. Discovery that they like the language toned down. As best we can tell, they have said nothing about the blood. You're going to bring
Uh,
up cursing before you bring up blood? The
yeah,
amount of blood we see on that show?
like, that's so ass backwards. Wow. What? Alright, I'm okay with you bleeding out every other match, but you can't say fuck. You can't say damn. You can't say ass. What?
Yeah, or Bell says in the comments here, the network's problem, I was shocked. If USA did it, I mean, if it wasn't Fox, I'd get it, but Fox is national television, man, so I could see
That
them
makes
blurring out the
sense.
crowd, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But USA Network, man?
Like
Come on now.
what? Warner? Come on, bruh.
I mean, seriously, and Warner too. Isn't the whole point of TNT like an adult channel where they play like adult movie,
Just
not adult movies, but just like movies that are
just action
gory
movie.
and yeah,
Exactly. They play action movies, violent movies. It's,
yeah,
it's what the fuck they're made for. So why are you mad about cursing, but you're fucking totally fine with blood? That makes no sense. I understand if they were kind of coming at both. It logically makes sense, but alright, bleed out whenever you want, man. But no cursing. What?
It makes zero sense, bro. Like you said, bro, it is so ass backwards. I don't know how the blood doesn't get mentioned before the cursing does, because cursing is no problem, bro. It's just words. But like the
Hmm.
blood, the blood is a little too. It's a little too much for my liking, man.
Yeah. So like, what do a bunch of fucking assholes in suits might think? I don't get that.
Yeah, it makes zero sense, bro. But as for our final story, man. As for our final story, CM Punk versus John Moxley is still the planned main event for All Out.
Hmm.
What?
That's fucking confusing, man.
So, with that, you just. If this is the case, Meltzer could be wrong. I don't know what to believe here, man. I don't know what to believe here. You are. You are basically telling me, if this is true, whatever happened on Wednesday was just a ratings ploy.
Oh, 100%. It had to have been at that point.
But that's the thing.
Why?
Is it really that good of a move when you got your million viewers, but how many of that million did you piss off by building
Hmm.
up this match that now aren't gonna watch next week because they got fucking cock teased into thinking that they were gonna get this awesome all out main event potential match, Punk versus Mox, and they get
TV
a 2.5 minute match?
squash? Like, hmm? And yeah, I would think creating a fucking show and doing something, I would want more viewers on that after pay-per-view show, bringing somebody back, doing a big moment. That's where I would look at the viewership. Not 2 weeks before. Who gives a fuck in all reality? I understand you want to do something big for the go-home show and the show after, but like, what?
Eh, my God, man. I mean, I don't know who's in Tony Khan's ear helping him make these decisions. I don't know. I don't know who. I don't know who's in this man's ear. Oh, do this. But whatever it is, this sloppy booking that we see on Rampage and this stop and start booking that we see a lot on Rampage, bro, I feel is really starting to bleed over to AEW Dynamite.
Hmm.
And I really think we got I think we got a big problem here, bro. I don't know what the fuck is going on with their booking. Nobody knows what's going on backstage. It just
Like,
seems like it's a bunch of bullshit, man. It really does.
exactly. They're just antsy. It's what it is. TK's way too antsy right now. He's got to calm it the fuck down. It's okay. You can take things slow. Like, fuck. Fuck, I'd rather. It was at one point where AEW was taking things too slow. Now they're just doing shit for the sake of doing shit. I'd rather have been doing shit too slow. You know what I mean? Like, stop just doing shit. Let things breathe.
And you know, I don't know if he's feeling pressure from what's going on in WWE, but whatever story you tried to tell me with CM Punk, I don't know. I don't know what you're trying. I genuinely do not know what story you're trying to tell, because if it's a story of him trying to turn heel in Chicago, good luck with that, because
Yeah,
that I,
that's
because
not the place to do it.
no, man. I mean, like, I get the one side of the coin, man, where it's like, okay, they just set up the CM Punk heel turn. They mentioned Excalibur said something along the lines of, uh, this was supposed to be his summer, or this was supposed to be the summer of Punk, and it's now the summer of John Moxley. CM Punk looking back at all the fans, that's telling a great story. But in terms of what you did and it literally just seems like what you did was just a ratings ploy is not good. It is not good for your case whatsoever, man.
No, that makes no fucking sense, man.
And
That
like I
really does not.
Yeah, and like I said, if you're trying to tell me the story, and we're from Chicago, you can see the 6 pointed stars below our face. Good luck trying to have CM Punk turn heel in Chicago, because it probably is not going to
I
work
ain't,
in their favor.
I ain't booing him. The
I'm
fuck?
not. I'm not either. Like,
What? Like, bro, what? I'm not booing him. Like, with a Punk being heel, man, they gotta realize Chicago will be the place where no matter what he is babyface to that crowd.
it's like
Same
Brett
thing
in
happened to
Canada.
MJF. Exactly. MJF, heel everywhere he goes. Anytime he went to New York, massive pops. Same with Punk. You can't do the heel turn in Chicago. You could have the action that inspires the heel turn to be in Chicago because we're going to be on his side no matter what.
Yeah,
As people from Chicago, people from other states, they'll heel up on them. We won't.
they did
So
in Cleveland.
exactly, they did, bruh. They did. So what they should have done was do that tease. Not the squash match, but tease at the end of it, where he's looking back at the crowd. It should have been somewhere Punk. You do that at the end of All Out. Have him get, you know, obviously not in the squash match, like I'm saying again, but overall lose in Chicago. That'll get to Punk. Have that be the hurting point, and then we're with him while everybody else isn't. So he could always say, no matter what, Chicago always got my back. Fuck every other city. You know what I mean? That's what makes sense. You don't do the damn thing in Chicago. I don't know.
Oh, like I said, man, I don't know who the hell is in his ear. I don't know. I don't know if he's feeling pressure. I know he's. I know I know these places or these what the hell these TV networks. I know they love looking for the fall ratings, and I know
Mm-hmm.
this is like a one of their prime times to them. I don't know what is going on, but whatever the hell is going on, it needs to be fixed, man. Because this
Mm-hmm.
sloppy stop start storytelling, dude. If Punk wasn't ready to come back, why was he back? And if that's a
Exactly.
storyline, I don't know what you're trying to tell because he is not turning heel in Chicago. He can't. He
He can't.
physically cannot turn heel in Chicago, man.
We will
So
be with him no matter what he does.
I don't know what you're trying to do. I don't know what's been up with this stop start pushing. The show is making me feel lost trust in Tony Khan. It really has because I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. We don't know. We just found out just some of the matches on this all out card, and there's more that's probably going to be added on the go home show. That is not
Exactly.
good, man.
No, we can't do that.
Oh, OBS. Give it a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're good.
Mhm. Yeah, man, they're just not at a great point right now, and you hate to see it. And I hope things turns around, man, because they fucking need to.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So Punk versus Moxley looks to still be the planned match for All Out, bro. I I don't know. I don't know anymore. I guess.
I
God
don't know how
damn
the
it,
fuck that goes
OBS.
down.
Yeah, I don't know how they get us there. I genuinely don't know, man. But whatever it is, somebody needs to get their head out of their ass, and it is Tony Khan because there is so much between backstage and how a lot of this stuff translates onto television that is just not clicking right now.
Exactly, man, exactly.
Um, yeah, man. But that is everything we got, man. That is everything we got for the news.
Pig week.
Yeah, huge week of news, bro. Thank you guys yet again for coming out and hanging out with us, man. You guys were a great chat. Durante and Bell, thank you guys for chatting with us. the whole time, man. We really appreciate you guys coming out and talking some wrestling with us, man. So, yes, yeah, man. So with that, that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast, man. This has been episode 124. And yeah, man, that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, it is always, 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 always a pleasure for my Johnny Mayhem.
And I, Sir K.
And that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast. Yet again, thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us. Always great. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys on Monday with Notorious Unscripted.
Peace.